It began with blood on a holiday. April 22nd was supposed to be a day of joy, families on vacation, tourists soaking in the beauty of Pahalgam. Instead, it turned into a massacre. 26 innocent lives were lost in one of the deadliest terror attacks in recent memory in our country. No warnings, no mercy, just chaos and killings on religious grounds in front of family members, in front of the wives. But this time, India did not just mourn, it responded, and it responded hard. Launched in response to the brutal April 22nd Pahalgam terror attack that claimed the lives of 26 innocent tourists, Operation Sindoor is India's answer to decades of cross-border terrorism that killed 100 plus terrorists. But unlike previous operations like the 2016 Uri surgical strikes or the 2019 Balakot airstrikes, this mission wasn't limited in scope. This was different, this was bigger, and it was designed, it was meant to hurt. In under 1 hour, 24 missiles struck 9 high-value terror locations across Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Places like Muzaffarabad, Kotli, Bahawalpur, Rawalakot, and Sialkot were targeted. These weren't random strikes. Indian intelligence had been tracking these sites for months and months now, using satellite systems, using drones and intercepted communication systems to map out the ideological training camps, arms depots, and sleeper cells hubs operated by Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, and Hizbul Mujahideen, the terror organizations operating in Pakistan. High-end weapons were used like Scalp cruise missiles and hammer bombs launched from within Indian territories were used to target hardened bunkers and multi-story terror facilities in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The strikes were synchronized, precise, and most importantly, non-escalatory. Not a single Pakistani military installation was touched. The message was clear: India was targeting terror, not the Pakistani state. And that message echoed loud and clear just hours later when the official government briefing was held. But what truly made this briefing historic wasn't just what was said in this briefing, but who said it. For the first time in Indian military history, a high-level security briefing on a cross-border operation was led by 2 women officers, one Hindu and one Muslim. That image alone sends a powerful counter-narrative to Pakistan's long-standing strategy, the strategy that tries to divide India along religious lines. The very women Pakistani proxies have tried to traumatize, the mothers, daughters and wives, now the ones delivering justice. It was symbolic, it was defiant, and it was unifying. And unity was in the mood across country. In a rare display of bipartisan solidarity, every major political party from Congress to Aam Aadmi Party to Shiv Sena publicly backed the government's action. Leaders often disagree, but the leaders who often disagree on everything came together to praise the armed forces and condemned terrorism in one way. Pakistan has gambled on another card. If religion did not divide India, perhaps political chaos would. But yet again, that plan failed terribly. India stood united, and inside the walls of power, the message was no different. In an emergency cabinet meeting following the operation, the Prime Minister of country, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, called this, and I quote, a proud moment for the entire nation. And yes, it is a proud moment. He emphasized that India had not only avenged the lives lost in Pahalgam, but has also taken a bold step towards dismantling terror infrastructure at its roots. Later in the day, he met with the President of India to formally brief her and also called an all-party meeting scheduled for May 8 tomorrow. The aim to keep all political voices on board and updated, a sign of mature governance during sensitive times in the country. Meanwhile, across the country, something else is quietly underway. Mock drills, yes. Emergency preparedness exercises are now being conducted in major cities and border areas, from Delhi to Amritsar, to prepare citizens, to prepare civilians for any retaliatory actions or cross-border tensions that could happen in times to come. Schools are being briefed, hospitals put on alert, and key infrastructure is being assessed for resilience. This isn't panic, this is preparation, and Prime Minister Modi is taking no chances. He has postponed his upcoming foreign visits to Croatia, the Netherlands, and Norway, where he was expected to co chair the India Nordic Summit. Instead, he is now chairing high level security and strategy meetings around the clock in the country. What is the message? The message here is unmistakably clear. India's leadership is focused, grounded, and staying home to ensure national security remains top priority. But not all is quiet. Just hours after India's strike, Pakistan retaliated with indiscriminate shelling along the line of control (LOC), targeting 8 civilians were killed. Tragically, 8 civilians were killed and over 25 injured in the Karnaha area of Jammu and Kashmir, Kupwara district. Yet, even in response, the Indian army maintained professionalism, maintained restraint, targeting only Pakistani positions, firing across the border. To add to the impact, reports now confirm that 10 members of Jaish chief Masood Azhar were killed in Bahawalpur strike, and this makes it very important, including his sister and brother-in-law. Now the message to terrorist network is very clear. No safe havens, no sacred course. And in case there were still doubts about India's intent, one phrase from the army's post-operation briefing said it all. Quote unquote, justice is served. So where does this leave us? India has just redefined the rules of engagement with Pakistan. It has shown that it won't wait for another attack to act. It has stuck now just with force, but with clarity, unity, and precision. And for every voice, foreign or domestic, that doubted India's resolve, Operation Sindoor is the answer. Because this wasn't just a mission, this was a message, and that message is loud and clear. Terror has no shelter, and India will not wait.